Hi, I'm Bob Moncur and you're watching Newcastle Fans TV.
Hello everybody, so Birmingham 0, Newcastle United 0. Interesting, very interesting. What we're going to do as per usual in reviews, we're going to have a look at the lineup, talk a little bit about the game. Why is there always a bloody ambulance going past when I do videos? So we're going to talk about the game, we'll get some press conference, we'll get some reaction, from Rafa Benitez on audio as well, so as the ambulance goes past. Perfect timing, thank you very much ambulance. So let's get on with the lineups. Let's have a look at how Birmingham lined up first of all. Lovely, thank you ambulance. So Kuszczak was in goal, and then they played obviously the predicted lineup. I got all these correct. I got 11 out of right with Birmingham. Newsay was at the right wing back, Grounds at left wing back, Bielik, Shotton and Robinson were the three centre backs. And then you had Davis, Tesche and Kieftenbeld in the middle with Gardner supporting Jukicevic. So 11 out of 11 predicted right. I thought that would be the case. Some surprises for Newcastle. If you look at their lineup, Darlow in goal, Anita at right back, Lascelles, Hanley coming, not Mbemba. And Mbemba has obviously been saying that he wants to play first team football, he's happy to wait. But it was Grant Hanley who come in at the side as well. Left back was Paul Dummett. He made it despite Chris Coleman coming out and saying he was injured. Ritchie was on the right, Gouffran on the left. Diarmi played ahead of John Joe Shelby. Now when I first seen this, I thought, whoa, why is John Joe Shelby on the bench? I was very surprised, but we learned that he's through illness. Shelby wasn't starting, so it was him, Diarmi and Cole back in the middle, Perez in the 10, Murphy up top. So the game began then. So the first 15 minutes, lack of Shelby was, you could see that there was lack of creativity in central midfield. You could see that Diarmi and Colback were running around, working very, very hard. Perez very bright in the first 15 minutes. And then as the half hour come round, Newcastle was starting to sit deep and hit them on the counter a lot with the likes of Ritchie, Perez, Gouffran trying to hit Birmingham on the counter. Birmingham were having a lot of the ball, but the passes weren't really great. They were using the right flank to Newsay quite a lot, and Jukicevic probably had the best chance so far where he hit the side netting as well. Coming towards the half time, Newcastle should have had a goal that was wrongly disallowed, where Perez forced off a fabulous save from Kuszczak, who you've got to admit he had an outstanding game. A falls to Ritchie, who was onside, bundles it in. The referee gives it wrongly disallowed goal as well. So Newcastle should have had a goal. We should have been 1-0 up going into break. Very disappointed with that. Lascelles and Hanley after the game going to the referee and saying, look, why that's a legitimate goal. Why are you disallowing that? But we didn't get the rub of the green. It's very disappointing. Newcastle then come out in the second half a much better side. Again it was all Newcastle. It was literally Murphy had a header from a corner, which was fantastically saved by Kuszczak again. Perez was having a great game, he was buzzing around as well. And then we'll start to see the substitutions come around after the hour mark. We've seen the likes of Murphy come off, we've seen Gale come on as well. Later on we've seen Shelby was came on, Perez was come off. Atsu was brought on later on in the game, Gouffran. Colback went close with a deflected shot which looped and Kuszczak pushed wide. Ritchie had a shot as well, and then in the 85th minute Darlow was forced into a save from Jukicevic, as well as Kieftenbeld was allowed to run a goal, but it finished 0-0 at the end. I'm actually getting drenched like mad here, it's actually pouring down. So 0-0 finished with Newcastle. Now looking at the results that went on over the weekend, obviously Leeds beat Brighton just before as well. That game is just finished, so Newcastle now 1 point ahead of Brighton, and Huddersfield getting beat on Friday night heavily. 1 game down, 1 point gain from those two. Is it a chance? Ask you guys in your comments down there below. Is this the game that Newcastle should have won? We should have got the goal, of course. We got wrongly penalised for that. Is this 2 points lost for Newcastle? Is this a point gained? In my eyes, I'm kind of looking at it like, I'm not so worried about Brighton. It's third place. Just keep an eye out. Long as we get third place, get away from them. Worry about the title later on as well. Let's quickly get some reaction from the Newcastle camp.
Rafa 0-0. The disallowed goal in the first half obviously would have put you in front at half time, but clearly you and your players feel that it should have stood.
Yeah, we have seen the replay and it seems that it's legal. It was a little bit surprised, but in the end I think that there was a game that we needed to control and create some chances, and then you could see the keeper was man of the match. But you never know if it's a point. This will be enough and will be crucial at the end of the season.
Well, Jamal, a point on the road and a clean sheet. Plenty of positives to take from today.
Positives in the way we played. I thought we controlled the game from start to finish. Defensively, we was on the front foot. majority of the game was played in that half. Unfortunately, we didn't score a goal today, but we had a lot of chances created, which is positive going into the next run of games.
So yeah, pretty much you've got to agree we should have won that game. Let's have a look at the league table. So now, as I mentioned, we're 1 point ahead of Brighton now. We're now 7 points ahead of Huddersfield with a game in hand. Leeds won tonight. They've come out and said that they still think they're in the running for the automatic place. I wouldn't rule them out just yet. They've got a little bit of work to do, but they're still in it. Obviously, we've got the international break now, so we haven't got a game for a good 10 days to 2 weeks now. So we've got a bit of breather, get some bodies back. Let's get back together, because we're going to see all these players go away international football. Let's hope to come back without any injuries as well. So yeah, you've got to admit, yeah, it's disappointing that we haven't won the game, but luckily, as I mentioned, results have went our way this weekend. Let us know what you think of the game. The results, is it 1 point gained? Newcastle should have strengthened the gap at the top? Let us know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.